RYLA viewers, this is the RYLACast, official podcast of Camp RYLA, specifically Rotary District 5810. Today, I'm your host, Hazel, and I am joined by 6 different people. Welcome the viewers. If you could each say your name, where you're from, and your cabin.
Yes, thank you, Hazel. My name is Noah. I'm from Sherman, Texas, and I'm representing Cabin 2 today.
My name's Ella Vaughn. I'm from Sherman, and I'm representing G5 girls.
Winner Kitoko. I live in Irving, and I represent the best cabin, Cabin 3, Brown Bulls. Woohoo.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Celaya. I'm from Carrollton, Texas, and I represent G3.
Hi, my name is Orielfa. I'm from Cabin 8, and I live in Faye, but I was born in Dallas, Texas.
All right, hey y'all, my name's Maggie. I'm from Raleigh, Texas, and I'm representing Cabin 6.
Alrighty, what a great intro. And I'm Hazel Goes Young, representing G1, Cabin 1, can't wait, amazing cabin. And I am from Dallas, Texas. Okay, so, we've been here for a few days already, and I've just been wondering, what's been your guys' favorite part of camp so far?
So my favorite part of camp so far has been, honestly, this part with the committees, the Good Morning RYLA and podcast, because I feel like everyone in our group is really fun, and we all like what we're doing, and just everything we do is fun.
My favorite part was definitely the board breaking, because when I first came to Camp RYLA, I wasn't really sure if I was just going to have fun, and I was kind of iffy about coming in the first place because I had no clue what it was. And then the first day I was still kind of iffy about it, but then whenever we started had that facilitation, is that what it was
yeah,
called?
Facilitation.
I realized that there was a lot more to Camp RYLA, and it really helped me overcome my barrier, so that really helped me.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like for me, though, that my favorite part is also the committee meetings. They're really fun, and I feel like it gives us a break of, well, not necessarily that we're not learning anything, but we're kind of just having fun. We're just doing things that we like. We're making goofy little videos for the camp, and it's fun.
Yeah, I totally agree with all those answers, but I've got to say one of my favorite part was definitely getting closer to my cabin. Because at first, I was super nervous. I was really nervous about being here, about meeting new people, but our cabin has gotten super duper close, and I've gotten to know each and every single one of those girls, and it's been awesome. So
Being completely honest, my favorite part about camp is walking outside and looking around, because I really love nature. And look at the outside, it's really beautiful.
We got horses here.
Yeah, horses. I thought it was a cow, but anyways. Yeah, and I also like my cabin. They're very sweet and kind, and I really love them and I appreciate them. So yeah.
Honestly, my favorite part is the food, because the bread here is amazing.
It's so sweet, and it's delicious.
It's buttery. It's soft to chew. It's a cloudy texture. It's light golden brown, savory.
That's something they hit on.
It's everything I've ever wanted.
Can we all agree, though, that... Never mind, I'm not going to say that. I can't say anything negative.
Yes, you can. This is a free space.
No sloppy joes.
No sloppy joes again.
Sloppy joes is an acquired taste for a lot of people. You gotta
And your stomach.
Yeah.
I don't get it. The sloppy joes were good. It was barbecue-y, spicy.
I think that just with sloppy joes, some people like it, some people don't. It doesn't really. Those rolls though, those rolls are delicious. I love the rolls.
It doesn't have to be a sloppy joe though. Get a napkin,
Okay.
Yeah,
I have to agree with all of you. I definitely agree 100% with the cabins. Being able to make such a quick connection with people, in 2-3 days, is actually so insane, and it's really unexpected. And speaking of unexpected things, what is the most unexpected thing that's happened in camp so far to you guys?
The most unexpected thing for me was meeting the boys, because I was really unsure about it, thinking they'd be all hot-headed and everything, but I realized I became close with 2 or 3 of them, and we had a lot in common, mutual friends from outside of camp, so that was pretty cool to see we could have you know what I mean.
Okay. For me, I feel like the entire camp has kind of been planned to be surprising. I feel like for me, the most unexpected thing was honestly them calling us out for having messy beds. I didn't expect it. And then we had to walk around with a mop all day. It's a little awkward, but like it's okay. All in good fun. Right.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I got the worst cabin, the 30th cabin today. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyways, but the most unexpected thing was probably breaking that board. I know we'd already talked about it, but honestly, I'd heard about it at orientation. They were saying like, yeah, you get to break a wooden board, and so I was definitely a little confused. But when I got here and they actually said it, I was like, dang, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. And when I actually did it, that was pretty awesome. So I really didn't expect that. So.
Who else was like scared they were gonna like break their hand or their foot? Like just about everyone. Yeah.
I would say like the most unexpected thing that's happened in camp so far would also be breaking the board. Honestly, that was like I felt like I was blacked out because the way that I did it. No, thank you. Yeah, that was like the most unexpected thing. I saw it in the video, but I thought that they were lying to me, and it was like 6 years ago. So yeah, so that was like the most unexpected thing.
For me, the most unexpected thing was also breaking the board. I think I might have heard about it before, but I didn't remember it. So I didn't. Whenever they told us that we were going to break a board, I was like, oh crap, I'm going to like be the only one who can't do this. And I'm going to be so embarrassed. But then I also didn't. I thought if it was just like breaking a board. I didn't realize like the meaning behind it with the barriers that we were like breaking. And so that was really cool for me.
The barriers part was like such a beautiful experience. Honestly, I didn't think like this entire thing, like someone said this, but this entire thing has just been so unexpected so far. I didn't know I was going to get kidnapped from my car. Every time I ask one of my like ACs, one of my like assistant counselors about anything, they're like, we can't really tell you. And I'm like, okay, so just keep me in the dark. But like that's the whole point. Mm-hmm. But I think that adds like an exciting twist to it, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, just taking a little shift here. We are going to take a quick commercial break to hear from the Culture Committee.
Hey guys, we're here at the Culture Committee, and starting off, my name is Kira, and I'm a fellow Smatty from Cabin 6.
My name is Luke, and I'm a space dog from Cabin 8.
My name's Sebastian, and I'm a blood wolf from Cabin 5.
I'm Talia, and I'm a frog from Cabin 2.
Nice.
So, Luke, I heard earlier you were telling me about a fun story from last night.
Oh, yeah. I think, so a part of our cabin's culture is religion, and we have a bunch of different religions in our cabin, but we had a Bible study, and that was really cool to me because it showed me that religion really connects us instead of divides us, and I think that's a big part of culture at RYLA. Type.
For me, I'm Talia. And in my cabin, we were talking about all the different religions. And I brought up that I was Jewish, and they asked me if I had any like prayers or anything. So at my time, I sung Shema, and everyone was talking about how awesome like that was, and we all shared like differences about our culture and our prayers and everything. And it was really cool because, like he said, there's like 6 different religions in my cabin, and we all like learned about a new one. And tonight, I think we're going to be talking about another one as well.
Okay, so today at the picnic dinner, we had a talent show, and 3 girls from Cabin 3 started a dance called the Cumbia, and it joined everyone together, and it really resonated with me since I'm Hispanic, and it was a part of my culture that I wasn't too aware of yet.
What a beautiful way to learn about other cultures.
Bye.
All right, we're back from the commercial break. We're taking a shift here.
Make it a little more energetic than that.
Okay, sorry. Let me.
And we're back.
And we're back from the commercial break. So we're taking a quick little shift, and we're going to talk about, the cabin groups finally meeting up. And, we recently had, a round robin, which, if you don't know, is essentially where each cabin group goes around and has, does an activity. And, it's a little hard to do it with a bunch of stubborn leaders. So I just want to know, what was it like meeting your all's cabins group, and, how was the round robin?
For me, I feel like, when they all came, I was a little more quiet because there's we already memorized 11 people's names, and now there's 10 more people. Oh, but yes. I think my group, we were pretty good with the challenges. Most of I'm not trying to brag, but they told us we got the furthest over lots of the other groups in the competition. So So
They told us we made it the farthest in the bowling ball. So if they told you that you made it, then they lied to one of us.
My group did not make it that far in a lot of activities, I'm going to be honest.
Honestly, our group, Cabin 3, it was like, it was at the beginning, like, antagonistic, hostile, competitive. Because there's a lot of strong personalities between the boys and the girls' cabin. And, you know, within 5 minutes of meeting each other, you're not, like, familiar. And, like, you want your idea to be, like, shown above others. And so it's just, like, a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming, a lot of disorganization, which leads to, for the first, I'd say 5 rounds, no progress. We'd overthink, and then, like, we'd have 2 minutes left for the challenge, and then we'd get, like, nothing done.
Yeah, I think that's pretty true to also, like, what Camp RYLA is... sorry. What Camp RYLA is trying to make us do, because, like, being in a camp full of leaders, it is not easy just all trying to come together and be, like, you know, like, because everyone's, like, kind of sort of headstrong, even if they're more of, like, a shy leader or, like, a less, like, confident leader, you know? So, like, I'm glad you talked about that, because, low-key, G1, we were struggling a little bit. I won't lie to you guys.
Yeah, honestly, I had the opposite experience. Like, the first few challenges, we were actually doing really well. Like, we were all communicating. Everyone's ideas were heard. Like, we all did this, like, we all did it in a really quick time, right? And we all, like, heard each other, and we're working really well as a group. But then it got further along in the challenges, and we were not doing good. Like, eventually, at the bowling ball one, we actually split it into 2 groups because we didn't know what to do. Nobody had a plan. Nobody was talking. And so, like, our group just, like, naturally split up, and we're doing different things. And we did not do good at that. But in the beginning, we did do really well, but we just got a little bit too excited.
Well, meeting with, like, the whole entire cabin group, honestly was very awkward for me personally because I don't know anybody. And honestly, the boys were very competitive at the beginning. Like, calm down, it's not that serious. And some of the girls were also competitive, but I feel like there was just bad communication. There were a lot of, I guess, leaders in the groups, and a lot of ideas were overlapping, and it was just very chaotic and, again, hostile. So it was just a bit strange. But at the end, we kind of got the hang of it. So it was fun at the end. And then the round robins, yeah, that was kind of crazy. We failed, I think, all of them. Oh. Well, not failed, but, like, we kind of half completed them. But, yeah. But it was fun still. I liked it, yeah.
Like, what solutions did your, like, groups ever really come to solutions when it came to these conflicts?
I think what we're saying, because y'all started hostile, whatever, and we were, you started down at the pavilion, didn't you? Yeah. Well, anyways, my group, Cabin 2, so when we first met the girls, it was kind of hard memorizing a bunch more people's names, especially since I have 4 Johns in my cabin, so... And a Jonathan.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, one's John, Juan, and Jonathan, and then another John. But anyways, so we had, memorizing names was a little hard. But then when we met the girls, we were like, okay, like, let's... Actually, when we first met them, they tied us up in saran wrap. Made us get real close and personal to meet each other. But then we started the first 4 challenges. We did pretty good. And we found out today that my cabin is mostly koalas. So our cabin is really, what's the word? Like, it's important to them that everyone's idea is heard. So on one of them, like, we didn't even start the thing on time, the square one. We didn't even start it on time because we were so busy with trying to figure out we had to go through every single person's plan so that everyone was heard. And then on the last 4, we kind of started falling apart. Like on I don't know who said the nuclear bomb one. That one I think just tested everyone because it was stressful. But yeah.
Yeah. So you just talked about, like, the koalas thing, and that kind of, like, perfectly, like, leads into my next question. Basically, so I know today we had, earlier this morning, facilitation where we each got separated into different, like, animal groups based on, like, our leadership types and personalities. I kind of want to know, like, what it was like in the facilitations with the speakers. You know, we also had Troy here earlier, so like if you could talk a little bit about like the koala and like the facilitators from today, and like just the group, like the facilitations that we've had so far with like Troy and Lauren and Megan, that would be great.
Yeah.
Also, our goat Greg.
The goat? Oh, the goat. Yeah. Well, I was confused because we had real goats on campus too. I was like, did you name the
horses,
goat?
goats?
Yeah. So the animal thing was really cool. We all took a test before we got here, a personality test based on like how we react in social situations, and I got a lion today, which means that I'm in, or like my surface level way to react is like the lions are more dominant and assertive and like results oriented. And it was really cool to see like everyone in my cabin like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like these are the people who were like the loudest and like, let's do this. These are the people who were like thinking about what could go wrong, how to do it, which are the owls. And then the koalas who were like, let's let everyone's idea be heard because some people might be others. And then I forgot what the peacock was, if anyone knows what the peacock is.
I'm a peacock.
I got koala, which I was like, I understood, but I also was confused about because I thought I would be a peacock more because I am a very sensitive and like to understand like other people's feelings and like where they're coming from a lot. But at the same time, I'm very like, I'm an extrovert and I'm very outgoing and I'm not scared to speak my mind. So I thought that I would be a peacock number 1 for sure, but I ended up being a koala. So that was interesting to see.
I feel like also with the animal thing, I learned a lot about how, you know, we do have main ways in which we act, but like you could have been a peacock and a koala, honestly. Probably both. So for me, I got peacock, which I'm not really extroverted, which is, I guess, the one thing I would say doesn't really fit me. But that is something I'm working on, and that was also kind of what was on my barrier yesterday, kind of like being more outgoing. So those did tie together. But I feel like it also did just help me learn more about myself and kind of like how I can use these things that I'm learning to eventually like, you know, grow and become a better leader.
Yeah, so I was a koala. So basically, we're well balanced. You know, we are empathetic and we see other people and try to include them. And honestly, I do think that really describes me. I've tried to include a lot of people here and make sure that they all feel included because I know what it feels like to not be included. And so I think it was really important. And I mean, I thought it was pretty accurate. So, but I know we all have like different ideas of what we should be. But I do think that's pretty amazing that those questions can be pretty accurate with who we are or not accurate at all based on what we're feeling that day or not.
I also got a koala. I think it did fit me just because I'm very empathetic and I like to understand people's feelings and I like to not comfort them but like understand from like the place that they're coming from. So yeah, I did think that fit me. And I guess koalas are also introverted, I'm guessing, or no? They could be there. I think kind of, but I feel like I'm both sometimes. Well, here in camp, I feel like I'm more introverted just because I don't really know anybody. But back at my school, I feel like I'm more extroverted, so I feel like that kind of does fit me. And I really liked today's felicitation. So yeah, it was very fun, and I liked the activities and all the engagement with other people.
Yeah, and I think, like, you know, you guys, like, raised up some pretty good points. Like, Ella, when you said that, like, oh, I felt like a peacock more. Like, these are just, like, our surface level, like, ideas, you know, or, like, ideas of what we as leaders are. But we each had, like, a different percentage of, like, the 4 different animals, right? Like, you were a certain percentage of lion, owl, koala, peacock. And it goes to show, like, maybe even after this, like, you know, camp, we might have, like, a different like leadership type. Like maybe I come in as a peacock and leave an owl. Unlikely, because I don't think I have as much as the owl stereotype, like, or not stereotype, but like ideal type. But I think it's like a great way to think about that. And I think that goes into like the barriers conversation, right? Because, you know, with Troy, he came and we talked about our barriers and breaking those boards. And then the next day we talked about, you know, the different type of leaders we can be. And I think that like having that connection is really nice, especially with like breaking your barriers and also being able to identify yourself and grow as a person.
Yeah, I really agree with what you were saying. I feel like part of being in RYLA is that as we're learning things about ourselves, we're also trying to work on how to improve them. So kind of learning what our strengths are, and then also like what I say our weaknesses are, is really important for us, like eventually, like, you know, developing and actually growing from this camp and taking the things we learn here into home life.
Well, I just want to know, like I said, like, you know how we went and split off into our cabin groups after? I know my group at least figured out, like, how many of each thing we had. My group was mostly koalas, so I was just wondering if y'all did that and what y'all's cabin dynamic looks like.
Yeah, we did that too. Our group was also mostly koalas.
Yeah, ours was also mostly koalas, and we only had 2 lions out of the entire group, which was little.
Our group was like a weird admixture of owls and lions for some reason.
Our group didn't talk about that, so.
Well,
my part of the section, I didn't talk to nobody, so.
My group had a lot of lions, which was honestly like we had like 4 peacocks and like everyone else was a lion, maybe like 3 owls. It wasn't surprising though. We had a little bit of koalas, but it was a lot of lions in my group.
My group was mostly koalas, and then we had like 2 peacocks, and then I think we had 1 lion, so not very many. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, those are all the main questions I really wanted to discuss here. Do you guys have any like lasting thoughts about what you've thought of the camp so far, what you can't wait for in like the next like upcoming, even today or the next few days, or just any last comments on anything?
I'm really excited for the ragball tournament today.
Ooh.
I've been like the first couple of days, like we've mostly been like in classes and like learning stations, but now it's time to like turn it up.
Get down to business.
Ooh, get down and dirty.
Oh yeah.
Gra.
But that's better.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you guys could come in and talk to us, and I'm so happy that we were all able to be on the RYLAcast. Stay tuned tomorrow for the RYLA podcast, and thank you so much, everyone, and RYLA listeners.
Bye. Also, teammate, you're going down.